Welcome to the Never Not a Nerd Show. I'm Jamie.
I'm Rick.
And today we're going to talk about Hawkeye, the Disney Plus series on Disney Plus. What did you think of the first three episodes?
So far, we're halfway through the series.
Yeah.
I'm seeing things that I really like. I'm seeing things that I hope I grow to like. I'm seeing things that I, just as a person, end up judging. Like I hate super rich people that are spoiled.
Yeah,
so that's my only big thing is I have a hard time really enjoying Kate Bishop being like spoiled rich kid that comes from this crazy background. But otherwise, I think I enjoy the character. But I have a hard time sympathizing. It's like at least the money that she has grown up with has been used for her working on helping people that she decided when she was a young kid. Otherwise, I'd be, you damn rich people, But
yeah, I mean, like I agree with that as far as the character goes. I think she is played well.
Absolutely.
By was it Haley Steinfeld. And
yep.
Yeah, like her acting is good. The way she plays the character, how fast she talks a lot of the time, I enjoy that. But yeah, her like the character background and stuff that they did, how they're just like bajillionaires. It's kind of like hard to root for people like that when they're like down. You're like, oh, rich person sad. Aw.
Right.
But
I'm assuming that if they go into Young Avengers, which it seems like they're going to do,
yeah, it does seem that way.
We will see Kate Bishop as the funding arm of Young Avengers, much like Tony Stark was the funding arm of the Avengers. That's my guess as to the future of that being functional.
It does make sense, yeah. Hawkeye as a show, with him being like sort of the focus of it too, is cool, but it's also like he's sort of like the Avenger that everyone's like, oh, hey, that's that guy too. He's also here. He's shooting arrows. Look at him go. And yesterday I saw something where someone said, like, what is this? It's kind of like a CW level show. And I was like, that's sort of right though. I feel like it's kind of, as far as the Disney Plus series go, like the worst one so far. Regardless of like, what did you like less for other stuff then?
For live action or in general?
In general.
I think I gave a spoiler. What If didn't do a whole lot for me.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't consider that.
I'm not a comic book nerd, so if we're talking just the live action Disney Plus, because they're making it seem as if What If is canon.
I'm talking about like WandaVision, Captain America and the Winter, or whatever it ended up being called. The Captain America and the Winter Soldier and Loki, and then Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye is the worst of the four.
It's tough to tell right now because one of those is not complete. The worst reviewed so far is Falcon and Winter Soldier, which it did not have a benefit because it was supposed to be the first of the Disney Plus series.
Yeah. I think people also were like, oh, it's just like a normal action show. And like Loki and WandaVision kind of like took things in a turn that like a movie wouldn't do.
Right.
Or hasn't really done yet.
They definitely introduced new things. Also, I think people have been spoiled by the non-ground levels that we were at for all the superhero things for a while.
What do you mean by that?
So when we get, it's like secret agent, spy, hiding in the shadows, blow stuff up a little bit. Basically, you're making arrests or murders and not taking over planets or multiversal timeline, time travel, space, whatever that we've became accustomed to from. Realistically, I mean, Black Panther was ground level, but introduced a new world, essentially, with Wakanda. I don't think we've seen just a guy or girl or whatever since Ant-Man.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
And Ant-Man has crazy power, and that's 2015. So
yeah, that does make sense.
That works against it.
It is kind of like especially on the shows too. It's like one of the two, like Captain America: The Winter Soldier was just like people, right? There was nothing even there. Right. That was just like powers. Like it was a suit, like super soldier serum. Like technically anyone could have been a part of that.
Exactly.
And then now it's just like normal people too. Yeah, you're right.
But they're skilled and they're working on something. And not everything has to be a multiversal threat or the end of a planet. So I enjoy when things are kind of scaled down to a more slightly relatable situation. I mean, Hank Pym arrows are not something I'm going to deal with in real life.
That was
shot
cool.
a real bow. So we see a lot of things that, again, like the callbacks throughout the MCU that I've enjoyed.
I did like that touch. I've been seeing people talk about on Instagram about Kingpin like this week, and I was like, oh, that's like, I had no idea what they were saying, and then I watched the episode and I was like, what? Was there like was there something I missed?
So there's a couple things. Number one, and let's see how spoilery we can get here. Have you watched the Netflix Marvel series? Daredevil, Punisher, etc.
Yes and no. Like I'm like majority of the way through season 2 of Daredevil, so no.
Okay. So you know that Kingpin is in Daredevil.
Yes.
And you know that Wilson Fisk is Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yes.
And you've heard his voice. We have not seen the identity of this uncle character yet in Hawkeye. That's been referenced a couple times. That seems to be ranked above Echo.
The tracksuit mafia.
Tracksuit Mafia, like the big boss.
Yeah.
Or the guy that they're scared of, uncle. So he appeared to meet Kate, or not Kate, Echo. What's her on-screen name? Maya, yes. He appeared to meet her or say hi to her after she won some martial arts thing, and he had that little Vincent D'Onofrio chuckle.
Oh, okay.
That Kingpin has. And same kind of really nice suit, and he was a clearly big guy. And the following scene, the Tracksuit Mafia was at like Fat Man Auto or something like that. So you're referencing, again, more Kingpin kind of stuff or potential Kingpin stuff.
Okay.
That's where a lot of this is coming from. It's been rumored for a while. Echo, Maya, whatever is, I believe in the comics, Kingpin's adopted daughter.
Okay.
And then we're hearing rumors of Charlie Cox, Daredevil in No Way Home potentially.
Spooderman, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've read the arc that this is kind of based on too, and but that was a long time ago. So I kind of remember. I remember like the dog, and like I think they live in an apartment building together in the comic book. Because like he doesn't have a family.
Here's my big note, by the way.
Pizza Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pizza Dog's cool.
Yeah.
Dog that eats pizza.
Golden retrievers are friends.
Dogs in general, are cool.
Yeah.
For the most part. Unless they're assholes, they're still pretty cool.
Yeah. My first reaction to the poster that I saw for Hawkeye was nothing better happened to this dog.
Yeah, I think in the comic something might, but I don't know. Again, it was a long time ago. But I do appreciate that in the show, I think the first episode kind of had like a title card that was reminiscent of the art style of the comic, but now it happens like after the episode ends because people don't have the attention span to watch that before the show begins. Yeah. But I still appreciate it nonetheless. But also it's an Emmy category as an intro. Like just go for it. Like commit. You can win an Emmy for an intro. Like I don't know when people don't do that more often. Just try to come up with a sick one. But that's like a weird aside in general.
Yeah. So anyways, we're halfway through the season here and I am enjoying myself watching it. I hate that Marvel gets to do cliffhanger endings every week now.
Yeah. And that I have to fast forward through the credits because after Loki, I'm like, are they going to show something else?
So when the credits start, I hop on Reddit and let somebody else tell me.
I'll just fast forward through it a little bit, like just to see. Liz does that too now. We watch anything that's like, I think anything really, especially like Marvel-ish stuff. She'll just start fast forwarding through the credits just to see when it's over. Like, is there anything else?
I used to fast forward on the credits, and then, like I said, I hit Reddit. Yeah. Just go straight to the Marvel Studios Reddit page. Usually the new episode discussions at the top, and the first comment is whether or not there's a post-credits scene. So that saves me the trouble of the weird Disney Plus no preview window. Fast forward.
Yeah.
One minimal preview window.
Yeah, that too. Or like earlier when I was trying to fast forward and it ended up going to a different screen and I started playing Shang-Chi by accident. So that's the thing that happens too. I was like, wait, what? I didn't mean to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that halfway over, would you say like you're happy that you've been watching it and like you don't feel like you're wasting your time and you're excited to continue? It's like 3 more episodes, right?
Yes, 3 more episodes. 1 this week, 1 the day before No Way Home drops, and then 1 the week after. So I think we're going to see possibly some wacky stuff that's lightly tied to No Way Home, but doesn't have to be strictly tied to No Way Home, because somebody like you, I don't think you're going to be seeing No Way Home the first week in theaters.
I haven't seen any of the Spider-Mans with that guy. I don't even know his name.
Oh my God, Tom Holland?
Yeah.
Dude. Ugh.
I am not mad. I've watched Hawkeye. I'm going to continue watching it. But I feel like, would I care if I didn't know the characters if it wasn't like a Disney Plus series or something like that? Not as much. It's kind of like I only care because like Hawkeye is a character and I've read this comic book too. Does that make sense? Also,
yeah, I mean, I definitely would not be watching this if I wasn't tied into, I shouldn't say I definitely wouldn't be.
Yeah, it's not a jumping.
If I wasn't deep into the MCU, I don't think I'd be watching this otherwise.
No, it's definitely not a jumping in point for anyone. Like, don't let this be the first thing you watch because you're not going to care.
I mean, you might.
Maybe, but
it's easy to, it's ground level, so it's easy to grasp. They give you enough background on the characters, like, oh, this guy has a family, he needs to get home for Christmas, she saw him and has looked up to him for forever. All these kind of things that at least let it be able to just drop you in without necessarily knowing everything. The PIM-Tech arrow you might not understand, or the USB stick arrow you might not understand, but you might not have to.
All right.
By the way, check it out.
Yeah. I would say I would recommend it. But again, I'd recommend it in the caveat that like you have time and you're already sort of invested in this, or at least curious about it. Because if not, it's not going to really do anything for you.
If you watch at least the 4 main Avengers movies, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch the whole MCU to totally get it.